Hey everybody, Dan here with Pain Free You. What a gorgeous day. So today's topic is going to be, are you trying to ignore your pain? All right. And let's tack on there symptoms, because it's not always just about pain. So I'm going to enjoy a couple of nice breaths. It's actually a little chilly. Gorgeous. Relax your body so that you can breathe. All right. So are you trying to ignore your pain? First of all, I believe that is number one, impossible. Right? Pain's supposed to get our attention. We cannot ignore it. It's an exercise in futility. And if you're judging yourself as failing at this recovery process because you can't ignore your pain, cut yourself some slack. It's impossible. You're setting for yourself a target that's unachievable. So, if you can't ignore your pain, how do you respond to it? Ideally, with as little to no concern as possible, right? Little to no concern. Because if you've been watching my videos for a while and studying this TMS concept, you know by definition, the brain is creating the pain, not the body. Therefore, your body is fine. And if you're on the fence, see the fence right here? If you're on the fence, you got to get off it. Because staying on the fence and continuing to question whether you injured it playing pickleball or something else, or just even, injured it by moving a certain way. Number one, the body is not that frail or easily broken. Number two, the body always heals in a very short period of time. Even the femur, the largest bone in the body, 6 weeks it heals. And it only hurts for the first couple weeks, maybe. All right? So pain is not designed to last forever, even in the case of true injuries. It's just not. That's not how the body works. Cut yourself in the kitchen, it hurts initially. You put a Band-Aid on it, a little Neosporin, wash it out. Within a day or so, it doesn't hurt. And then it just grows itself back together. The human body is really amazing at how it heals physically. Chronic pain is not the natural state of the human body. I mean, again, think of any injury you or somebody you've known has ever had. It's always healed. Surgeries heal. Open heart surgery. They literally crack your chest open with, a vise and pull it apart so they can get in there and do this surgery. Then they push it back together and staple it shut. Even that doesn't hurt for a long, long period of time. Yes, it's uncomfortable. Yes, a good buddy of mine had that. And yes, he hurt for a month or two. But it never became chronic. Dude's back, working out, lifting weights, doing bench presses, everything. The body heals. So if you're trying to ignore your pain, and I know that was the original topic, and I got off on this on this tangent about the body healing, but it's really true. Don't convince yourself that the pain is there due to an injury or an old injury, or you tweaked something, or you had a micro tear, or something happened. Not likely. And even if there was a slight tweak, a legitimate one, they feel better soon. Look at the recovery process from working out. If you work out hard, the goal is to create micro tears in the muscles. But what happens? You feel sore for a couple of days, and then you feel better. So back to ignoring. This is all about how do we respond to the symptoms or the pain. All right. Ignoring it, not possible. Don't try. So, you got a couple of choices. You can freak out, and that's the default. That is where many people are and have been. And my catchphrase, nobody ever got better by freaking out. So do your best to freak out less. Notice that you're doing it. Pull yourself out of that. The freak out usually happens up here in the thinking brain. But when the thinking starts spinning, the fear builds. And when the fear builds, the symptoms build. Inevitably, if you look back at any one of your flare-ups that may have started with a tweak and then it got worse and worse and worse, where's your thinking been? Where has your fear level been? It's been climbing. And so as symptoms get worse, it's likely caused by the perception of danger in your brain, fed by the fearful thinking, the catastrophic thinking, the oh no, I did it again thinking, right? Notice the correlation between fear levels and symptom levels. And if your symptoms are really high, your fear is driving the boat. So you got to dial down the fear if you want the symptoms to come down. You cannot be so afraid of the symptoms that they go poof and go away. Never saw anybody freak out, have a complete meltdown and panic about their symptoms, and poof, they went away. It just doesn't happen. We have to calm them away, soothe them away, accurate knowledge them away, indifference them away. So let's talk about the difference between ignore and indifference. Ignoring, in my opinion, is trying to run away from the pain. I'm not paying attention, la 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 la, I'm not listening. I got to get away from that. Not possible. That's resistance. That's fear-driven, and all trying to get away from that. Indifference, in my opinion, is a massive dose of safety, because you're literally saying to the brain, hey, I'm going to go do this, and even if I have sensations, I'm going to go enjoy myself. I'm going to go do this. I'm going to go do that. And in many, many cases, when people do that, they find that the brain recognizes, hey, look at them. They're doing okay. I guess they're safe, and symptoms can settle down. And even if they don't, you would have hurt at home. So you may as well go out and enjoy yourself. And yeah, maybe you're walking slow, maybe with a limp and a little bit bent over. But you know what? We can't postpone life until we are completely recovered, because re-entering life is one of the things that will help us recover. And look, for the folks who are bedridden and that stuff, it's still possible. One of the group coaching clients said even when she was bedridden, she started simply by swinging her legs off the end of the bed and sitting up for a little while before getting back laying down prone. And that's how she started and built on it from there. And last fall, she actually sent a video of herself driving for the first time in 7 years and going for a slow jog down the sidewalk or down the street. So it is possible for everybody, including those of you who are completely feeling disabled and bedridden. There is still hope. And this is the path forward for you and for anybody else in any other varying intensity of pain. Some people are blessed and they've only got it a little bit. Other people have it hard. But inevitably, the severity of the symptoms depends upon the intensity of the perceived danger. And the more we feed it and fuel it with catastrophic thinking and worry and doubt. Sorry, I think I bit my tongue. That's why I did that weird ha. Boy, if that was ever a opportunity to cut the video and slice it together, but I'm not gonna. That was weird though. Just bit my tongue while shooting a video. Go figure. All right. So I forgot even what I was talking about. All right, that's probably a good time to cut it. Don't try to ignore your symptoms. It's an exercise in futility. All it does is lead you to judging yourself as failing because you can't ignore it. Well, don't try. It's impossible. You will notice symptoms. You will notice pain. Why? Because they are designed to get our attention. The key is, what do you do once you are aware of the symptoms or the pains? Respond. Don't freak out. Indifference if you can, which is, so what if I hurt? I've hurt before and I've lived through that day, so I'll live through it today. And the middle ground is the ability to calmly reassure yourself, because sometimes indifference is not available to us. So calmly reassure yourself and say, hey, I know what's going on. I'm not broken. I know what this is. And so I'm not going to buy into that fear. So Love you guys and gals. I'm going to wrap this up and enjoy a little bit more of this beautiful day. Nice blue skies, not a cloud in the sky. And hope everybody's having a great week so far. And we'll talk to you tomorrow. Take care. Love you.